Hello! Quick little video for parents here. Seeing as this week we're going to be having a look at coins and money, I thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea of how we start teaching it to children in school. Money is typically a very, very tricky one for children to get their head around for a number of reasons, which I'll go through now. Children love coins, they're really interested in money, and they love exploring them, looking at the different ones, exploring the different shapes, the pictures on them. So first and foremost for children in the early years, particularly nursery, the main thing we want them to do is just to be able to explore with those coins, to play pretend games. They might set up their own shops, use random coins to pay for random objects in their play. That's fabulous. Let them have a look at the coins, bury them in sand, do rubbings of them, anything you can to explore. That's fantastic. Don't worry about the children having any idea of the value of the coins just yet. That will come a little bit later. If you're doing a specific session with your child where you're wanting to teach them a little bit about the value of the coins, always start with the 1p pieces. Put everything else aside and just focus on those 1 pennies, because children are used to counting in ones, and if they're paying for an item in a shop, for example, if you set up a shop like we are in one of our lessons this week, you can encourage the children to count out the correct number of coins to match the prices. So if it's 1p, they count out 1 coin. If it's 10p, they count out 10 coins. That's the perfect stage for children to start having an understanding of money and counting them out to match the specific numbers. The concept of a 2p coin being the same as 2 1p coins is extremely difficult for children to grasp. And even children in reception find this concept really, really difficult to get their heads around. So the expectation for children in the reception year is that children are familiar with a larger number of the coins, but they're not yet substituting 1 coin for another. So the coins we like the children to be familiar with once they're in reception are these coins here. So again, if you've got some at home, you could pick out some 1p coins, some 2p coins, some 5p coins, and some 10p coins. That's plenty for them to be focusing on to begin with. So in reception, 1p, 2p, 5p and 10p coins. Obviously, if your nursery child's ready for this, you can move on to this step too. So I would give my child a selection of these coins. I would maybe set up again another little shop activity, ask them to sort the coins, so all the 1p coins are together, all the 2p coins are together. Have a look at them together, spend some time seeing if they've got the numbers on or not, how they look. Are they different sizes? Are they different colours? And then set a shop up and ask your child to pay for the items using the correct coin. So if it costs 2p, they'll pay with a 2p coin. If it costs 5p, they'll pay with a 5p coin. 10p, they'll pay with a 10p coin. After this, when your children are familiar with this and they've got a good understanding of the values of the different coins, you could have a go at seeing if your child can substitute 1 coin for another. So for example, you could say, okay, this costs 2p, but we've only got 1p coins. Can we pay for this? And then you could set about explaining that 2 1s are the same as a 2. You could do the same with the 10p coin. You could count out 10 1p coins and show that that is the same as a 10p coin for your child. And then moving on from that, you could maybe introduce some items that cost amounts that you can't make with simply 1 coin. So this costs 11p. So how are we going to use our coins to pay for something that costs 11p? So your child may be able to then work out that they could use a 10p and that they'd need 1 more, so they'd need a 1p coin. Now this is tricky, and you won't realise quite how tricky it is until you try doing it with your child. So please don't worry if your child cannot get their head around this concept at all. We would not expect them to be able to do it. They will reach a point where it clicks and they get it, but for now, focus on using those 1p coins to pay for items and then move on to recognising these, maybe some other coins as well if you would like to, but don't worry too much about the idea of substituting 1 coin for another, or that 2 5p are worth the same as a 10p coin. A very tricky concept. Introduce it if you like, but don't expect your child to get it straight away. Okay, so have fun with coins together, explore them, experiment, set up some shops, do some rubbings. You could maybe dip them in paint and use them to print, anything to get your child familiar with them, but just enjoy exploring coins together.